Hello everyone, I'm Lena. Welcome back to English with Lena. Okay, so the topic today is about paper versus computer-based IELTS test. Alright, so I will walk you through sort of the comparisons between all the four skills, from listening, reading, writing to speaking. Alright, so first, you're going to get the result from the computer-based test much faster. It takes around 5 to 7 days. Meanwhile, the paper-based test normally takes 13 days. And the computer-based test, of course, it also offers in academic and general training formats. Alright, and generally speaking, of course, it also depending on your location as well. But with the computer-based test, you're going to have more test dates available. Right, let's start with listening and reading skills. What are the differences? Alright, so if you are the one who uses computer very well and you just work faster on computer rather than using paper, and you just use your computer all the time, then the computer-based test is perfect for you. And it also comes with the highlight and note functions, so it's very handy. You can still highlight text and make a note along the way when you do the test. And however, if you are like me, I'm the kind of person who always want to read from a piece of paper. It just feels more real for me. Even I have read tons of articles and books when I was at university using a computer. However, I still feel it just feels much easier when I can read from a physical piece of paper. So if you're like me, then yeah, you're just going to go for the traditional paper-based IELTS test, also be fine. And another thing that you should bear in mind is if you have done the paper-based IELTS test a couple of times, then you have sort of developed your practicing skills, your test skills according to that paper-based. And if you want to change to the computer-based one, then of course, there are some slight adjustments that you just need to apply, okay? So first, let me tell you, for example, with listening, with a paper-based, you normally have 10 minutes at the end to transfer your answer to the answer sheet. However, this step is made redundant when it comes to computer-based test, because with that one, you just type your answer straight onto the computer, and that means actually you only have 2 minutes at the end to check your answer with a computer-based test. Alright, and for reading, it's a good news here. You have split screen, so that means you have the text, the reading passage on one side, and then the question on the other side. Okay, so what it means is that it's easier for you to navigate. You don't have to turn the page back and forth. In the description box down below, for your convenience, I will give you some practiced listening and reading test, computer-based style. Okay. Next section is about writing. So I think this is really much the best one because actually most of us could type faster than handwrite. So that means we can actually buy more time in this section, and this time we can use we can spend to check our grammar and spelling. We can think about better ideas and more academic vocabularies. What does that mean is that it may boost your score more or less. And also, it's not going to be messy. You don't have to worry about rubbing out stuff or crossing words or sentences out. And the word count feature is also beneficial for someone who is always paranoid about oh, have I written enough words, stuff like that. There are some feedback from students who have done a computer-based test like this. They say they find it difficult to concentrate when others people also typing, especially with the writing and the reading sessions. However, I would say that if you are the one who always fully pay attention to what you are doing, this should not be a big deal. And especially if you have done a lot of like writing assignment in the library, or you work in an office environment where other people also typing when you're working, then this should be fine. Other noises, other distraction like typing noises, it could not be a problem for you. And how to practice for this writing section, I would say that you can use the same test that you use for like paper-based practice questions. It's identical in terms of format of the question. And you can also like use the Microsoft Word software that you have in your computer, but make sure that you're going to turn off the grammar correction function, because it's going to make it closer, make it more realistic, get more similar to the actual test. And for speaking, it's actually identical in both tests, so don't have to worry about it. Okay, so thank you very much for watching my video. Please click the subscribe button to keep this channel going, and I will see you in my next one. Bye for now.